Welcome back to the Folded Form, where I assure you I am still Steve. It may have been a while since you've seen me. I have been busy. It's been a good year, a busy year, but a good year. But a busy year and a good year doesn't mean it's been a bad year because I haven't uploaded anything, because this doesn't really do anything. This amuses me, maybe you while you're taking a dump. Today we're going to go ahead and we're going to refinish the outdoor table. So let's swipe right and get started on that. So what's made this year so busy? We have some new product coming out that we're self-manufacturing in the state of Georgia, which is very exciting to me. Although what we have to now contend with is, will people actually pay US produced product sell prices? That's gonna be fun. So what are we gonna do? We're going to take the table apart, strip the coating off, flatten it, because I haven't flattened it yet. Why haven't I flattened it? I didn't have a method to flatten it originally, so I did what everyone else does. Sanded it, finished it, said, hey, look at me, I'm awesome. Now we have a fixture to be able to do that. We'll go into a little bit more detail. I'll link it in this video here that doesn't exist yet. The whole purpose of this redo is, A, yes, I want it to look nice, but B, it would be nice for it to actually be done for an upcoming Memorial Day party that we're hosting. So we're going to refinish the table. We're going to have a barn burner at the house. We're going to have a lovely gathering of friends around an engulfed fire pit table.
So this is the fire pit table we're going to be working on. It's seen better days. It's been out here for 5 years, we'll say. We usually left it uncovered. My bad. Actually, I take no personal responsibility. There's some crack that we need to fix. This is all the way up there. We're not focusing on the chair for this adventure, but we need to take care of this, and there, and a little bit up there. I patched this a while back. What's that? Don't worry about that just yet. So you may be asking yourself, how are we gonna fix this? With a pick, another pick, solder bolt, epoxy in a tube, caulking gun, and caffeine. Let's get to it. We're gonna start by going all scrapey to try to knock off any big stuff, enlarging these holes. I hear you screaming at your TVs, phones, while on the crapper, saying, you dumbass, you need compressed air. Well, guess what? That needs a 40-foot hose to get out here. And I'm not moving a 20-gallon air compressor. Are you tired of your coworkers lying down on the job? Yeah, we see you there. Next, we gotta clean the wounds. We'll use some blue paper towels, denatured alcohol. We're gonna use a liberal application because there's a lot of shit to knock off of here. So, bottoms up, table. You got 2 shots to use this thing.
Still with Total Boat epoxy in a tube. Handy tip, keep all your McMaster carbacks. They're industrial and they come in extremely handy. This fire pit insert is siliconed in. For reasons I don't remember, it has 20 pounds of rock holding it in place, so what was I thinking? There goes my thumb.
You know what's really dumb about this? I wrote up a script the other day, and the script said, I'm gonna forget to undo this hose. And I still forgot to undo the hose. We're at a Home Depot? Alright, got it. I'll grab this, don't worry about it. You want me to leave this right here? It's the house. It's like, oh, I don't need help.
First thing we need to do, since these slabs are now longer than our table, which I knew this was going to happen, we're not wobbly. I got confidence. Stick with me. We should be able to hold the two slabs down, run the router sled on top of it, get them both to the same height, which will be much better than trying to do it with individual pieces of wood, because they would not come out even, and then we'll figure out what to do with those little guys, which were milled separately in general, so it doesn't matter. So, let's clean the shit up. Here at the Folded Form, we're proponents of doing the right thing the wrong way. What we need to do is correct for all the pullouts for the screws. We have where the screw was a complete quitter and just broke the wood. And maybe these little bits of polyurethane overrun. Now you may be wondering why on all the YouTube you've seen people can just slowly glide their chisel across and tears off everything beautifully like that, and this doesn't. I believe this is from Costco 15 years ago, and I just sharpen it every so often. It works just fine.
We want to make sure the sled is able to slide super slippery smoothly. Now I'm cleaning the tracks off with steel wool or nylon wool, not the stuff from a sheep. It's not going to be very helpful in this case. In an unreleased video you haven't seen from 2 years ago, I build this slab flattening sled. I go through the process of determining all the off-the-shelf parts it will take to build this, in addition to machining the adapter plates.
This episode is brought to you by me! Do you have skunky 4-hour-old coffee that you need to drink? But you need it to taste better? I can't help you with that, but I have a great mug for it.
Do you need a branded Folded Form sweatshirt to keep your cold soul warm at night? Or how about a branded Folded Form t-shirt that's one size too small?
This section right here is about half an inch higher than the rest of it, because that's always peaked up. So the piece of wood that used to be sitting over there that we made into the live edge table last year, or 2 years ago, however long ago that was, that came off of here and it curled up more. So we need to start by routing high here and then going down. So we're going to use my DeWalt router, because I'm okay sacrificing this one to the gods.
Raise your hand if you really think this episode was about refinishing a table and not how long a router would last.
The Festool router, which is living down there, is not going to get broken on one of these. The Craftsman router is fine mounted upside down in this permanent home on the table saw, and the Bosch router is just going to live down there until I have like itty bitty little things to do. So this is the trusty DeWalt router, the variable speed one. No idea what the part number is, don't really care. I don't think you really care. Run it at the lowest speed possible. High speeds, it'll bend the arbor right next to the collet, which will give you a bad day, and break the motor down here, which, ask me how I know. Shell mill, rotatable bits, so I get 4 different cutting surfaces off each one of these, which is great. It's a router sled, which I've used in previous videos. There is a video that I've not yet put together, and I'll put together at some point, that is how I went and milled this, which I have a metal one as well, which is going to eventually go into the table saw drop-in. But this will hold the DeWalt and the Craftsman in the same whole pattern. The Festool, which way too expensive to throw onto this thing, and the little Bosch router, which I don't know why I did that. It's a cute little guy, and it's never going to be mounted in here.
My eldest favorite niece, who was working with me last summer, making some cutting boards, the respirator goes over the nose and mouth. you breathe through your nose 80 to 90% of the time. All the dust, all the cancer you just inhaled. Good work.
In the plums?
First half's nice and level, or I should say 7/8. Then we ran out of table. We're gonna take the angle finder that we use on the truck, and we're gonna get our X and Y axis on here. Then we're gonna slide everything down 2 feet and get the same angle so we can pop that off and be done.
The painter's tape that I'm applying provides a location for the X and Y axis that I can check now and about 30 seconds from now. That moment where you think you smell that green smoke and then realize that's what you're smelling. Throw in a little bit of celebration.
For those of us who are keeping count, that is DeWalt router number 2 in a year and a half. Like, I've used these specific ones in the past, and they've ran for 7 hours at a time. They've never given up like this before. So I'm a big boy, what'd I do? I slapped on some welding gloves and I finished what we needed to do with it. This is what we got!
I have to move everything twice. Once off the table so I can refinish the butcher blocks. The second time to raise the sawhorses so I can put finish on them. Why did I not do this in a single step? I don't know, I didn't really think about that at the time. Ashes to ashes, router to router. Time to set it. Oh, entering the woodworking powerlifting competition. This is key to lifting heavy. Use the goatee. Much like Samson, it brings me power. For the initial surface prep, here, just here, I'm using denatured alcohol. A liberal use of denatured alcohol.
How are we going to finish this? We're going to use USG dust control joint compound to fix the sheetrock from the leaky pipe, which was up there, and maybe I'll be nice and flash a picture of it. So there's a little bit of a process with this. First, open it up, and what we all have to do is get a good smell of that stuff. This is going to be all over the place later. What we're going to use is both a 6-inch putty knife and a 12-inch putty knife. We use the 6-inch knife to go and put down the initial coat. What you need to do next is float it out, and then we're going to go through and sand it. We're here behind the bar. Is it bar or ba? Is it bar or ba? I don't know. We're going to call it a bar for now. Use our 6-inch to load the 12-inch. Remember, there are no mistakes. They're just happy accidents. What this will do is we'll start taking up all the slack in the seam. So if I pointed you at the ceiling where we had a professional come in and do this, you can see tape line and all the light hitting it. So remember, Float like a butterfly, don't sting like when you pee. Back to your regular scheduled program. Thanks for joining us in the joint compound.
Seal once. Marine. Why? Because it's $50 a gallon. I don't want to spend $140 a gallon. You most certainly don't want to spend $140 a gallon. So we're going to see how $50 a gallon turns out. Final step for applying finish. Clear coat. Whatever. Use a cheesecloth to clean up all the little crumbs of dust. Assure me, somewhere around this house is a giant bag of fresh brushes. All I can find is a little 2-inch brush. For all that. 2 coats on there. I did not set this up to allow you to watch paint to dry because I'm sure it's fun. There's a kink out there for everybody. We got 2 coats down. And as I'm going through the first coat, I'm going, this is going on a lot like the stain I put on my fence. And I'm looking at it and I go, well, we say we're for boats, which is why I bought it. But this is not epoxy, which has its benefits because it's not going to crack and start peeling up over time. This should actually give us a really nice matte finish. So again, we're still going to go over it with some quad-aught nylon version of steel wool, which yes, I realize it's not steel wool anymore when it's not steel. Once it dries, so maybe tomorrow, I'm confident.
One very important lesson imparted on me years ago when I was but a wee lad and still in college. We had a Jesus, or Jesus.
I realize this shtick did not come out right. Jesus was our shop teacher at SCAT. He's a great dude.
One thing he taught us was look with your hands, not your eyes. Your eyes will look at this and say, yes, this is beautiful. You have done perfect work. Sell it for $80,000. But in all actuality, if you take your nails, you can barely hear it. All the little high spots from the bubbles that have wicked up. Charlie, how do you think this turned out? Was it good? Was it bad? Do I need a sand? I need a sand. Okay, thank you. I got wood. Yeah, that kind. We're gonna hit this with 220 grit sandpaper, quick buzz, make sure it sops in some more wood sealer, and if it does, we'll do that to the rest of it. If one piece does not make a sample size, we're gonna do both of butcher block inserts. I know what you're thinking right now. Uncle Steve, where's your respirator? It's inside covered in spackle. If nothing's killed me yet, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be fine. We have been truly styled. We now have 3-inch wide brushes. The option is, we have these shitty hair brushes, which are fake and are gonna lose hair. We're gonna go for this. Wanna see how much it actually loses, and the span of this. Now children, remember, always paint with the grains if you're doing clears. If you paint across, you're gonna get this weird crosshatch pattern, which you're not gonna be particularly proud of. And there's still some bubbles, but it is absorbing. You know, I can find these clips from when I was a teenager doing all kinds of fun things. There was a high school project we did where we had to do a film. Ton of fun. That has 20 minutes of outtakes of me trying to say absorbed, because I'm incapable, or was incapable of saying that as a teenager. But enjoy this.
97 Camaro SS 30th anniversary. We have a competitor down here.
Next, surveying the workout, right? You're making a workout.
Unacknowledgeable.
Honestly, if I'm gonna tell you a secret, if I thought this out all the way, when I realized how thin it was, probably would have just used a spray gun like a genius, and this would have been done in seconds. Then spend a week cleaning up all the overspray from around the garage. And now for product testing. Will a table? We're gonna go ahead and slam the table back together with the same hardware. Why? Because I have it. Really should have used Velcro. Or better yet, zip ties.
I thought we were done. It's been a month. The chairs are done. They just kind of popped into being finished, sanded them, cleared them. It's rained a couple times. The clear coat works well. It is meant for a boat, so perfect. How well does it work? That good. All in all, I think it went pretty well. Table's refreshed in time for Memorial Day. Don't worry about those plans. They're all up here like everything else. What happens if your lead designer gets hit by a bus? I don't know. Are there more employees to take over? How's a life insurance policy? Probably make sure that's paid for. I would say this has been a smoking success. Until next time.